Hello everyone and welcome to Season 2 of Bryan, First Impressions from that of a Scrub. I'm a shitty Bryan player, that's my qualification. And I've been playing Tekken 8 all the way through Season 1, and I've been eagerly anticipating what we can expect from the big boy for Season 2. And it's dropped, and I definitely have thoughts. I thought it would be useful to put all of the changes together into a video so it's a little bit easier to understand because the patch notes can be a little bit cryptic. So, here we go. So first of all, Bryan's dog Power Crush F1+2 has been reworked. It's now no longer a Power Crush and it's been changed to a pressure tool. It recovers a couple of frames faster and it leaves Bryan plus on block and deals a small amount of chip. New move, Snake Eyes back 1+2 is a strong plus on block double hit mid locked behind Snake Eyes. Holding down allows for switching to crouch and you'll see the impact of that later on as we go. But this move is ridiculously strong, it seems. It's +7 on block and allows for a soccer kick follow-up on normal hit, and it also wall splats near the wall. New move, Snake Eyes full crouch down forward 3 is a quote powerful new low, seemingly to help complement the new crouch mix-up game that Bandai seem to be wanting to give him. I'm not going to lie to you, this is probably the most fucking toxic move that the new patch has given him. This is an unseeable power low, similar to Hatchet. Think of it like a beefed up Snake Eyes Hatchet. On counter hit, it punts the opponent across the floor like a wet melon, and near the wall, it calls a wall splat. And you know what that means, power low, unreactable low, which wall splats, guaranteeing a wall combo follow-up from Mr. Fury. And on block, it's -12. But yeah, this is, yeah. New move, up forward 1 is a new Power Crush for Bryan. Typically, Bryan has had weaknesses when it comes to dealing with pressure and having poor panic buttons. They've decided to fix that and give him a new mid Power Crush. It's -13 on block, but it is quite strong, has solid range. And on top of that, when you get a hit off of the Power Crush, it also gives you Snake Eyes. So it's a pressure tool that also rewards you with Bryan's install, which as we go through these notes, you'll realise has never been more powerful. Another new move, Viper Bite 4-1 is a new 12 frame punish. It does 30 damage. But crucially, you can also choose to transition to backsway when holding back after the input. So off a 12 frame punish, you can now hit 30 damage, get +7, and then threaten them with your backsway options like QCB1, Hatchet, 2-4, yeah, and also sidestep 2-2. So when you're in heat, this becomes even scarier. So yeah, buff time. The reversal parry behind Snake Eyes installed now does an extra 10 damage because seemingly it wasn't threatening enough. Soul Eraser, which is everyone's favourite Bryan guard break, now has an extra 5 frames of leniency where the hold can be cancelled into the normal hit. As you may or may not know, the normal hit follow-up of Soul Eraser tracks to both sides, and it is only the held version that can be stepped. The ability to play mind games with the delay timing is exceptionally potent for this move, and yeah, people are going to hate this change. So 4-3-4, the final hit has been reworked. It now guarantees follow-ups on counter hit, and if you hold the input and hit them with a charged up version, it guarantees a full combo. These changes become even more potent when you remember the 4-1 new move. So 4-1 and 4-3 starting with the same attack means that they can be mixed up. And 4-1 being a high and 4-3 being a high mid. These are all really great ways to keep your opponent guessing. So small fix, 1+2-1 is now more reliable, it's less likely to whiff in the middle of combos, and also the follow-up is less likely to whiff in certain specific situations. Another fix / minor consistency buff, F4 is natural in all situations. It's had its on-hit advantage changed by 1 frame, and what this means is that it would correct the rare situations where the delay timing from F4-1 meant the 1 wasn't natural and could actually be blocked if you delayed the F4 for long enough. The +1 frame advantage on hit for F4 fixes that. Extra bit of tech added to D2. Holding down after the D2 can now transition to full crouch if you hold it. A buff to Northern Cross, it now guarantees follow-ups on counter hit. This is really significant because it helps flesh out Bryan's revitalized crouch game between the new Snake Eyes Power Low and the full crouch mix from FC21 and now counter hit Northern Cross. This becomes extremely potent, but that isn't even the scariest part of it, as you'll see when I demonstrate with the heat engagers at the end of this video. Okay, nerf time. QCB1, probably Tekken 8 Bryan's most iconic move. Roundly hated in the community, which honestly is kind of fair enough. Oh god, sorry. So yeah, probably his most hated move. So many things going for this move. The nerf that they decided to give it is it no longer allows for a follow-up on normal hit. Bryan just absolutely thunders them right across the chin, and they go flying across the floor like a cartoon character. So yeah, no follow-ups on normal hit, but every other working trait for QCB1 remains the same. Another nerf, and people are going to be happy about this one, Requiem lost some of its tracking. I believe the tracking counts for both sides. I'll be honest with you, it's still quite difficult to step on certain occasions, but it absolutely can be stepped with the right technique and the right call, which used to be nigh on impossible. Totally fair enough change. The other nerf that's important is down back 1+2 lost tracking on the second hit if the first hit whiffs. If you make the first hit whiff, you should be able to reliably step the second hit. So the Incinerator string, which had absolutely no counterplay to it previously, has received a minor nerf. The string loses tracking, but only if the second hit whiffs. So the third hit will lose its ability to track if the second hit whiffs. However, on block, I don't think any of the attributes change. And there you have it. That is all the meaningful Season 2 changes that I was able to document for Mr. Fury. Feel free to skip off this point if you're not interested in my first impressions, but TLDR, he seems like he's going to be an absolute monster. The full crouch mix-up options that this gives him, and I'll demonstrate here. If you land a successful heat engager, the fact that you can go into full crutch and you have an empowered Northern Cross, but you also have the Super Hatchet kick to threaten with. The Super Hatchet is always going to be available because Snake Eyes is constant whenever you get heat. You have access to infinite Snake Eyes. There's never going to be an instance where you hit a heat engager and you don't have Snake Eyes. And if you're still plus 17, you can threaten the Super Hatchet, but also, as I'm about to demonstrate, you can threaten with Fisherman's Slam. So the combination of the new Super Hatchet that's accessed from full crouch and Bryan having access to full crouch off of the system changes to heat engagers means that he now has a legitimately terrifying 50-50 where you either choose to eat the Super Hatchet or you predict the Fisherman's Slam, which, if you don't guess correctly, kills you. So yeah, Bryan looks like he's going to be toxic as fuck. Very much still an S tier. The nerfs that he got seem like a slap on the wrist, but then again, everybody in Season 2 got absolute nuclear bombs to work with, so there's no telling whether or not these are even going to hold up compared to the arsenal of bullshit that everybody else got in Season 2. We're going to have to see, but hopefully you found this helpful. Bryan looks like he's going to be disgusting. Good luck in your ranked journey.